Greetings, students. Professor Benavides here. Let's go ahead and continue talking about Lab 3, and specifically Task 3. And we're going to talk about selecting files, selecting non-consecutive files, and I'll throw in there, we'll talk about consecutive files as well on here. So we'll read the directions and then knock it down, specifically the steps as necessary. So open the Windows folder on your PC. You set the view to details view, and make sure you can see file extensions. Scroll till you see files, not folders. Select the first 5 files that have .exe file extensions. Make sure you have selected files and not folders. And do a print screen of your selected files and name the file Task 3, selecting non-contiguous files. So we're going to go ahead and do a print screen of the window only. So we'll back up now and we'll just do it one step at a time. So it says open the Windows folder on your PC. Different ways to get there. We can go to File Explorer, and then I'm going to maximize screen. To navigate to the Windows folder, I'm going to open up the C drive. And here is my Windows folder. Okay, all right. Now it may open up differently depending upon how you left it. So if you may want to notice here. Let's look at the view that we're in first of all. The view that I left it in was details view. So I'm going to go to view and let's just review the different views. We've got detailed views. We've got medium icon, list view, large icon, tiles. Let's make sure we're in details view, right? We don't need the preview pane on, so I'll turn that off, okay? The contents of this folder will look how you left it last. So if you had sorted it a particular way, that is how you will see it. So like, for example, here, this icon is a folder, whereas these icons are files. So let me test the idea that you'll see what you get when you leave it. So as you can see here, I've got folders at the top. Before I had files at the top. I'm going to exit, and I'm going to come back in to the File Explorer, and I'm going to navigate to the Windows folder. Oops, wrong one. There we go. So here we go. So I have the folders visible. All right. So the idea here is to scroll down. The directions say, let me go ahead and read it. Open the Windows folder on your PC, set the view to details view, and make sure that you can see file extensions. I didn't do that, so let me go ahead and do that. We're going to go to view, and let's see now, file name extensions. Okay. All right, so a lot of advanced users like to have that, programmers and stuff, because when you create files, you want to make sure that you're naming them, correctly. So make sure, it says here, make sure you got the file extensions visible. Scroll till you see files, not folders. So we've already identified this icon. In fact, if you had it as a large icon, it does look a little bit more like a folder than when you're in details view, but it's still looks like a folder. So a folder can contain what? Other folders or files, right? So if we can continue to scroll down, we'll see files. And by the way, just to give you an idea, the Windows folder is what makes Windows Windows. It is a folder that you probably shouldn't mess with, especially if you're a beginner. The best thing to do is just leave it alone. So why do we identify it? We identify it so that we can know that unless we really know what we're doing here, we shouldn't be messing with it. But there are advanced users who would probably want to go into certain folders here to do certain things. But that isn't anything that we should be doing right now. Right now, all we're learning is the distinction between what is a folder and what is a file, what are the different ways of viewing the files using the File Explorer. Okay, so what I've done here is I've scrolled down, and if you want, you could remember all I've done so far is clicked on the name header to either sort them with the folders at the top or the files at the top. Okay, either way. So the directions say scroll down till you see some files. So these are the files down here, right? So it says select the first 5 files that have a .exe file extension. Make sure that you have selected files and not folders. Yeah, you want to make sure you select files, otherwise you're not going to get full credit for this. So let's go ahead and do the first 5. So here's 1. Now to select non-contiguous files, well, let me show you how to select a group of files. So to select a group of files, you click on the first one, you hold on the shift key, and you click on the last one, whatever that group is. Pretty easy stuff, right? If I wanted to deselect one of these, I just hold down the control key and click on whatever I want to deselect. See how I've done that? Pressing this, and you just click away and it gets rid of it. Okay, so we want to just select non-contiguous files. So let's select the first one, and then I'm going to hold down the control key, and I'm going to select the next one. So it's just 5, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So now we want to go ahead and make this a window on the desktop, or restore it. See, if you point over here, see how I click restore? This is a window on the desktop. All right. So I want to make sure that we can see the files that I have selected. If you want, you may need to resize your window. Okay. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a print screen of just the current window. So I'm going to hold down the Alt key and press the print screen button. All right. So then I'm going to go ahead and go into Paint. And I'm going to click on Paste. And there it is. All right. So we're going to go ahead and click on Save. And I'm going to go ahead and call this non-consecutive files. Big word, right? And this is going to be a JPEG. I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, it's already to the right place. It's coming up to the correct folder on here. This is non-consecutive files, but this would be, selecting non-consecutive files, right? Hold on. You can rename it if you mess it up. Task 3, selecting non-consecutive files. So it's always good to verify and read the name of the file before you press enter. If you do press enter, you just right mouse click on it and change the name of it. So I'm going to click Save. Close and verify that I've got my third. If you want, you can go to View, turn the preview pane on. When you do that, you'll be able to see that in the preview pane on the right-hand side. I know we've covered that before. This is a very handy feature to make sure that you are doing your exercises correctly. Okay. All right. Well, that's the end of task 3. Thank you very much.